What is going on, my noobettes, and welcome back to another video. Today we are covering some new tools that I've been working on probably for like the last month or two. Usually I do a lot of build videos for different classes, but I did make this compendium a little ways back. I think about 2 months old now, maybe 3 months old now. So I've been putting a lot of time into that, but I created 3 new tools and I think you guys will like them. So I'm creating this video to kind of showcase them and show you guys how it works. But as you can see, I'm here on the compendium right here. So I have the home previews. If you guys have seen this when I first created it, this area is updated a bit. But we're going to the creators and tools section. So this is where any tool that I create or any tool that the community creates, they want to put it on this compendium for Neverwinter, they totally can reach out to me, So we're going to go ahead and click on it. So we have 3 new tools that I created: Tune Forge, Stable Planner, and the Celestial Insignia Tracker. We're going to go through all 3 of these, but I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start here at this Celestial Insignia Tracker. Now, if you see here, it tracks every non-celestial account-bound insignia across your roster. And what I mean by roster is all of your tunes, all of your loadouts. And it lets you know which one you can upgrade first to give you the maximum efficiency. And we'll look at that here in a second. So this is what the page looks like. Again, like I said, it tracks all of your celestial insignias. So this is kind of an overview of what we got going on here. We have 4 characters, what I have in here. We have 8 insignias to be upgraded, and 7 of them are unique, and I'll show you what that means here. We also have 0 shared, and I will kind of go over that as well. So your roster, how it works, right? You'll add insignias that aren't yet celestial account bound. Now this tool was created for you to track account bound celestials, so that way, as you may or may not know, when you make insignias celestial account bound, those insignias can be used amongst all of your characters. So that is what this was actually created to do, was make it easier if you have multiple characters to track which one to and which ones to not upgrade. Right? And that's what this whole section right here is kind of explaining how this works, right? So you create a character, we'll just call them, we'll just say this is Test. No, we'll just call them Newbin, right? We'll add this character. Go down to the bottom. Here's Newbin. Here's a couple of my other characters that I've created. I actually have been using this personally. But then you'll go in here and you'll add your insignias that aren't account bound. So as you see here, Varsity has a mythic one that needs to be upgraded. Serena has one that's celestial that needs to be upgraded to account bound. So let's say for Newbin we have illuminated. We'll say an aggression. We'll just do this one for mythic. And we'll do a bard brutality. We'll make that one celestial. And let's see, what do some of these other guys have? Enlightened, regal. Let's do a couple of those. All right, so this section on the side here, we'll go through all these characters and we'll tell you, hey, Serena and the Newbin, the character I just created, both have these, right? So this one celestial here, which is a regal dom, right? It's a regal dom used by Serena and Newbin, because that's what we say, right? A regal dom and a regal dom, right? There's 2 of them there. And what you could do if you want to upgrade to be the most efficient is you'd want to upgrade this celestial one here. Because once this one becomes account bound, it can be used on both those guys, right? So that's what this tool's main purpose is, to show you where do you have the most of the same insignias. So when you upgrade them, you're able to share them amongst your other characters. So when I first started this, I had all these characters in here, and I think I had about 15 insignias across the board, and this was like massive. I had used by like 4 or 5 different characters, and I finally worked through these. But we'll go to this mythic. Yeah, we'll go to the celestial because that's for Newbin. this mythic is on Serena, which is actually something I'm working on for that character. So after you do an upgrade in game, you'll just hit this upgrade. Once you hit this upgrade, this will change from mythic to celestial, right? Boom. It shows I have all celestial. And if you have more than one, you can add more than one, and this will update as well, right? It now says Newbin and Eric share 5 celestial barbs, right? That's just from increasing how many of those I actually had. But just for simplicity's sake and testing sake, we'll leave it as 1. So now, which one did we look at? The Regal Bard, or the Regal Dom. So now this is showing that these are all celestial. This number up here changed. I have 12 insignias amongst all of my characters that still need to go to account bound. I have 5 characters because I just add noob. And there's 2 shared, which are these guys right here. So that's what the shared means. The shared means there's insignias that are shared amongst more than one character. So this is what the little brief is. How many characters you have, how many insignias are not celestial account bound yet, how many unique ones, meaning different types, and then how many are shared. So if we were to upgrade this to, it's already celestial, but it's not account bound, we just hit the upgrade button and it goes away, and it also removes it. So we had the Regal Dom that's used by noob. Once we upgrade this one to being account bound, it went away. So that's what this is literally for. Just if you have multiple characters. If you only have one character, it might not be as helpful, but it's good tracker. But somebody with like 2 or 3 characters with like 2 or 3 loadouts, you can go and see all the insignias that you're using, and this will let you know, hey, these characters are using this insignia. So if you make this one insignia celestial account bound, you'll be able to use it on 3 different characters. And it'll be able to save you a little bit of Zen or Astral diamonds, so you're not upgrading 3 different types when you only need to upgrade 1, because that one can be used on 3 different characters. Now the bonus explorer is kind of the same thing, and it just kind of breaks down the insignias by combat maneuvers, not combat maneuvers, but by their insignia bonuses. This is just here just as a little additive, but there's a better section I have, which I'll show you guys next. So the second tool we'll go to is the stable planner. And the stable planner is almost the same thing. You create your loadouts, your characters and whatnot, right? I have my warlock, my main DPS, and then I have my warlock healer, my ranger DPS, my bard, I don't know why that says DPS, I should say healer. And then this is if I wanted to add another one, there's nothing there. So when you pick a new loadout, right, you'll just do it. We'll rename it as test again. You'll say what it is. This doesn't really do anything. This is just more for your visual. We'll just call it DPS. And then you'll add bonuses. So you'll know your bonuses. So if you don't know your bonuses, you'll just go over here to your lookup and you can search here, or you can search the mount or the insignia bonus, and they'll give you a mount and they'll tell you what it is, right? So you can just do anything. Pick the first mount. So that's what you would do if you don't know your insignia bonus that you're looking for. But you put in all your insignia bonuses. So my Warlock main is using Master's Precision, Executioner's Covenant, Tactician's Precision, and Cavalry's Haste. And that's what you do. Once you've done all that, you'll scroll down a bit and it'll tell you your possible savings. So the purpose of this tool is there's obviously a lot of mounts that give different insignia bonuses. So for me, when I did this, my Warlock DPS and my Warlock healer, my Warlock actually has 5 loadouts, but I was using different mounts for a bunch of different insignias. Like I had one mount for this Executioner, and a different mount for here, and a different mount for here, and a different mount for here. However, this tool will tell you exactly right there, right? Between my Warlock healer and my Bard healer, it says I need 5 caution devotions, which 3 of them would be different. So my bard needing 3, I could take these 3. Boom, boom, boom. That covers my bard. And then I could take any 2 of these, right? For simplicity's sake, I'll just take these 2. And then that covers my warlock. So now I can really simplify, okay, these are the mounts I'm gonna need. These are the ones I'm gonna have to find. And these are the insignias that I'm gonna need for it. Now, the beauty behind all this is, let's say there's a mount that this is recommended that you don't have. Let's say I don't have the Balgora. I hit this X and it gives me another one. So now it's saying the Brain Stiller, the Crimson Crystal Horse, and the Hag's Cauldron will still give me my 3 caution devotions. Now, and it also mentions that these are 4-slot mounts, which makes sense, right? Because in order for you to get caution devotion, you need 4 slots. These stars that you see here, these let you know that these mounts will actually give you a preferred bonus. So if you look at Executioner's Covenant here, it gives me 3, and only 2 of them have the preferred slot for Executioner's Covenant, but the Brain Stiller does not. I can still make Executioner's Covenant, but it's not preferred, right? Here's the Balgora that we said we don't have. If we bring it back, it goes right back in there. It goes right back in there. So then that way, if you got rid of something accidentally, you can bring it back. But again, if I say I don't have the Balgora, it gives me another one. I don't have the Brain Stiller, it gives me another one. I don't have the Crystal and the Horse, it gives me another one. And it's gonna keep doing this until the list falls out, right? Now, when you see this here, let's say I don't have Hag's Cauldron, and as you can see, Caution Devotion can be handled by Hag's Cauldron, Executioner's Covenant. Now, if you remove it here, it's going to remove it there as well, right? And it's going to keep doing that. So now, as you see here, it's just going to keep moving them around. So if you say you don't have something, it's going to remove it from the whole list there. And you just can keep working through these, right? You can just keep working through this. Now, if you see this shared here, hover over it, it says same mount serves another bonus in a different loadout. Meaning that this mount can be used amongst somebody else somewhere else, right? So things like Executioner's Covenant on Varsi and the Executioner Covenant on my Warlock, the amount that it's recommending can be used both there. That's what that means. So that should be pretty simple. And again, it tells you everything you need to know. Want to buy 2 of my loadouts. My Warlock Healer needs 2 of them. And Serena, my Healer, needs 3 of them. 5 instances. Want to buy Varsi. Only 1 instance. Only needs 1 mount. So it only shows me 1 mount. It says the same thing here. Single use, no sharing possible. Saves me 8 upgrades possible. And the reason why that's 8 upgrades, because as we all probably know, and if you don't know, you're going to learn something, that the way that this execution is set up, we do know an execution is going to need a crescent, a regal, illuminated, and enlightened. However, how they are positioned on a beholder, the bestial archon, and a butterfly can be completely different, meaning you have to have different insignias at different spots, so you might need to upgrade differently. So these 3 tools kind of go hand in hand to kind of give you an idea or overall picture of all of your tunes. Again, these 3 tools are kind of set up to really be helpful for somebody that has multiple tunes and maybe multiple loadouts. If you have a single tune, it's not super helpful, but it's a really good place to have like a tracker. And so that is the stable planner. So we looked at the Celestial Insignia Tracker, we looked at the stable planner, and the last tool is going to be the Tune Forge. So this will be the end of part 1 of this video. The second part of this video will be the Tune Forge, which will be a whole nother video by itself. There's a lot of information to go through on that, and that's probably gonna be the video that a lot of you guys will watch, so stick around for that. That video should come out shortly after this one is released. So thank you, and I hope you guys like these tools.
If you missed the last episode in this series, you can catch up right here in the top left. Check out the playlist in the bottom left for all the videos in this series. My latest adventure is in the top right. I had a lot of fun recording it, and I think you might like it too. And YouTube has handpicked a video for you in the bottom right. I'm curious to know what it is, so check it out and let me know if they chose wisely. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to the Noob Network. I'm Noob Hard, and I'll see you in the next one.